All right, this is Joseph. We're here looking at Windows 10 build 10147. We're also joined by Ben and his friend, which I forget your name. So if you want to...
Yeah, this is Ben and Donovan here, and we're just here to hang out and watch whatever happens.
Yep, we have build 10147, and I just pulled up the changelog, so we'll be able to look at that as well. I did not go ahead and install it this time, so we're actually going to sit here and watch it install. So as we're doing that, I could probably go through the changelog and show some of the things that have changed. Go ahead and screen share. We're doing this in Hyper-V again on server 2012 R2, so it won't go full screen until video drivers kick in. So we'll go ahead and hit install now, and we'll go from there. This is just going to be your boring Windows setup, fun. But some of you guys complained because I didn't do it in the last couple of videos. I just skipped ahead to the welcome screen. Some people do like to see if the setup has changed.
I like to see the setup too, actually.
Right. And we'll do professional. I gave it a lowly 80 gigabytes. All right, while that's installing, let me pull up the changelog here for people that have been using previous builds, and we can go over some of the things that have supposedly changed, and then we can look for them once we get installed here. So apparently there's a phone companion app. Don't know what that's all about. I don't use a Windows phone, so I'm guessing that has something to do with syncing to a Windows phone or whatnot. What else do we have here? Improved tablet mode. We won't be able to test that today either. New Get Office app. I'm guessing that's... Oh, that sucks that they're including that. If I want to get Office, I'll get it. I don't need an icon to go get it. Improved Cortana. Microsoft Edge branding and dark theme. Photos app now supports GIFs, finally. Yeah, finally. New icon for mail, calendar, and other apps. New radio button sliders and buttons throughout the operating system, and new wallpaper. Wow. There's not too many changes, but we're getting down to the final days. So, in fact, I think after this build, they announced that there will be no new features, but there will be bug fixes and just polishing up of the operating system. Let's see what else we can find here. A bunch of bug fixes. Nothing worth really noting. A bunch of technical bug fixes. We could go into them, but I'm not going to. Yeah, a bunch of bugs fixed. And that's about it. So we'll go back to our install. I'm actually going to work on other stuff as well. So the Q&A is open. If anybody's watching and they want to ask questions, they can type them in the Q&A, and we'll try to answer them best we can. But for a few minutes here, we're actually going to just work on other stuff and let this installation go in the background here. I'm not going to attempt to fill in the time with a bunch of chatter. So let's let the setup have at it. I'm going to drink my coffee.
Joe.
Yeah, what's going on?
We have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Microsoft's approach for gaming on Windows 10?
Well, the sad thing is, the only people that will probably immediately upgrade to Windows 10 are just people that like to, mess around with their system and they get that little notification, or some hardcore gamers that are expecting to get some of the new gaming features out of Windows 10. but I doubt your average user will even see those benefits for probably another year after it's even been released. I mean, the new gaming hardware that's coming out and everything is going to be very expensive in the beginning. So there's going to be that. There's going to be a lot of games that won't even support any of the new features. I just think it's going to take a little while to catch on.
I was curious because they were making a big deal about the Xbox Sync.
Yeah, I haven't even checked into that at all.
Apparently, Xbox Ones are going to be getting a version of Windows 10 where you can basically, if you have an Xbox One, you can, and you have like
Screen
a
share with Windows 10.
I don't think it's a screen share. I think it's actually like you can pick up and leave with the
where you are. Yeah.
It's like, I think it's like a new level of like.
Takes like a snapshot of where you're at in the game and then pushes it over.
No, it's not snapshot. You can actually you can hook up an Xbox One remote to your laptop and actually continue the game.
Yeah.
What happens when you turn your laptop off? Is it completely?
I'm not sure. They haven't put much details on it, but they're making a big deal about it because they've already had like the Xbox app where it like has the mini games and stuff, but they're making it like you can play the full on game on your PC.
Yeah.
That would be nice if I was a gamer. That'd be an awesome feature.
That really would. Or I think they're making them like cross compatible or something.
Well, that makes sense too, because a lot of I actually write games and I use the Unity engine, and it's very nice because you can actually deploy games to multiple platforms at the same time. So that means that you're basically writing one set of code for, all devices, which makes it easy for you to port stuff over, which might be what they're doing.
It could be.
Yeah, because if I could play Destiny on this machine, which is a build in progress, but it's still better than the Xbox One at this point for gaming itself, it would be amazing.
Right.
That would be nice.
Well, that's kind of how gaming licensing should work now anyway. When you buy the game for PlayStation 3, shouldn't you be able to play on your Xbox and your PC as well? I mean...
Well, I can understand, like, with like, Sony, I hate how, like, they keep giving up. Like, Sony came out with, like, the PlayStation phone, which was amazing for about a few months till they suddenly dropped support. They actually made a PlayStation phone where it had two sliders come out, a slider for texting and a slider that actually was a gamepad.
I'm guessing it didn't get adopted very well.
So they dropped support like 2 months into it. It was amazing up until then. I wanted one until they dropped support. And like, trying to think, there was another one. Oh yeah, Steam machines. How those they were making a big deal about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool idea until I saw the price of the thing.
I never mentioned it again.
Wow.
I just think that if like a lot of these companies showed more commitment to these ideas, a lot of stuff would end up being better. Oh, like the Xbox Connect. 90% of the Xbox Connect games suck, but also 98% of them are third-party games. So,
right.
I mean, like, can you imagine like a UFC Undisputed game that uses Connect? How awesome that would be.
Yeah.
But then you have these, like, there's only 2 fighting games that even remotely grasp that concept, and they both suck. They're not even like third-party games. They're like 10th-party games. You've never heard of the companies.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So, like, if they actually showed more commitment to their products, it would end up being a lot better.
Right.
Like what they're doing of Windows 10, it's supposed to be complete support. This is supposed to be the last operating system.
Wow.
Well, I have a feeling, I don't think it's going to be the last.
Well, I mean, they're going to be updating it. Like
yes, but I have a feeling eventually what's going to happen is the next version is going to come out, and eventually it'll move to like the Office 365 model, where you're paying per month or per year for your operating system.
Like how I think it's going to end up probably like XP, where people are still using it 20 years in, but except for they're going to continually update it, like
all the time,
like long-term support.
something like
Because
that.
when you have Windows 10, when you download it, it's supposed to be supported for the life of the device.
Right.
Yeah, well.
So if they show commitment for this, unlike other stuff, it will probably end up.
Well, I wouldn't count on them adding new features ever. They'll bug fix, but it's not going to be like the XP days where you installed Service Pack 3 and oh wow, look, all of a sudden I have this new feature. And I don't think that's going to happen.
It's a lot of people off though when they did major changes. Remember?
Yeah, it really angered a lot of people.
I mean, look what happened when they took away the simple start menu in Windows 8. They lost 90% of their customers just because of that little thing.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a Windows symbol in the corner.
Yeah. But
it was more launching into the Metro UI that pissed people off. I mean, people didn't understand Metro UI, and business customers. I mean, I have a server here, and on my server, you'll notice that I have Classic Shell installed because even the server has the Metro UI. Why do I need the Metro UI on my server? It's not a tablet. It's not a touch screen. It does me no good.
It's not even a touch laptop. What's the point?
Yeah. If you have a touch screen, I get it. It's semi-useful, but yeah.
Not on a tower. No.
Like my all-in-one that I also use as a monitor, but I use it for like if I want to run Skype while I'm gaming,
right?
I'll use it as a second monitor for my game. But there's a button on the side where I can quickly switch in between. I'll answer Skype and be talking to him on Skype through that while I'm using the screen.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't a big fan of all-in-ones until I started building them myself. The OEMs have started to release all-in-one systems that are bare bones. And actually, for what they are, you throw a decent processor in them, they're not bad machines.
Well, my all-in-one I use for like basic work. It's a gateway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, actually, this one isn't half bad. There are a lot worse ones. This one isn't the best. It's average.
Right.
It's not bad. I use it for like average work. It's not a gaming computer, but this thing practically has a Kinect in its camera. It has gesture control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm using the Force to control it.
Right.
That's cool.
That's actually pretty cool because I can actually like just motion in the air to swipe to a new tab.
Okay. Well, that's good.
It works. I just
that's
wouldn't.
the good thing.
Like I use it for like schoolwork, actual work, but I don't use it for gaming. It has 6 gigs of RAM.
That's not bad.
I have a feeling that. Have you seen any of the news?
I probably wouldn't be able to fix it.
Have you seen any of the news on HoloLens?
Yes.
I have a feeling it's going to be just kind of like 3D TVs. I mean, 2 years ago it was all the hype, right? And now, do you even hear about them much? No. It's got to be implemented really well, or it's just going to tank. It's not going to be adopted.
I'm like, as soon as I get enough money or the chance to get one, I'm getting one because I do CAD and stuff, and this is going to be amazing. Like even in the preview, one of the first things they showed was with a person working on the model of a motorcycle. Because CAD, the only trouble I've ever had with it is the 2D platform it's on.
Wow.
You may be able to rotate every axis, but that doesn't give you the feel of actually like building it with like modeling materials.
Right.
So this will be amazing.
I can envision in the future you'll have devices like that require extra pieces of hardware. And you know how like you go to your AT&T store, you sign up for a contract, and they give you a $500 phone.
Yeah.
And I could see Windows doing that eventually, to where you go in and you get your monthly or yearly OS. This is your support package, and they include a piece of hardware with it because the overall cost allows them to do that. That would be kind of neat because then that would allow the masses to get themselves a hold of like a VR device. Because most people aren't going to go out and buy like an Oculus Rift.
It isn't VR though, is what he's saying.
HoloLens isn't
right.
VR. It's
but
holographic projection. There's a difference. There's actually a huge difference.
Right, that's what we.
This is the first even concept. It's not.
Yeah,
I mean, I can imagine
totally.
this one failing, but then something like Sony comes out with the exact same thing, but more update staple in my.
Ouch.
And then Sony comes out with something similar, but they do it a little bit differently, and it ends up being the best thing ever. This is just the first thing of the concept. So I can imagine it starting off badly because there's no reference to it. It's like when the touchscreen desktops first came out, people were afraid that it was just going to fail epically. So nobody bought one.
Well, the first versions only had like single touch, right? It only, or maybe 2 point, you know. Once you got up to where you had 4.8 point sensitivity, then it made sense. But the first ones were very clunky.
So, yeah, it's something that if they actually show commitment to the actual idea, that this could end up great. Now, if they drop out halfway through, it's going to end badly for everyone. It's just that they have to actually stick to their ideas. Like what they did with Windows 8. They gave in after, Windows 8 was just a complete, if they, like, a lot of people upgraded not realizing that the start menu was, then they thought it was faulty, so they just immediately switched back.
The Windows 7.
Yeah. And a lot of people didn't understand what the concept behind 8 was.
No.
So they, like, message boards were just complete hate.
I know.
But like me, I actually really like Windows 8 for like normal work, but I wouldn't use it for like. There's people who tried to
game with it.
Well, gaming isn't that bad, but it does take up a lot more resources.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I could live without is the full screen start menu, like what Windows 10 is doing, where it has the live tiles, which I actually like.
Yeah.
For some things, but I don't need to know every 10 minutes when. Like my email I use for everything. I have like 4. Like just today, it's only noon, and I've gotten about 12,000 emails today.
Wow.
Even when 90% of those go straight to junk, I was getting an email notification from Windows every time something got sent to even junk.
Jeez.
I ended up muting and deleting all my emails off of there to stop that. But my point is, if they actually like listen, like what they're doing with the Insider program is a good start because they're actually like listening to the people,
which is good.
Yeah,
they finally are doing that. You know,
like I can imagine this being like XP where it's supported for another 20 years, but I can't imagine it being the last system either.
And Joe left.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if we're still in. And the hangout, I think, got reset. I don't know. Maybe something. Maybe we just started talking to them. I don't know.
Wow, we didn't even notice.
That was bad. Something.
Man, just went into that like in-depth explanation of Microsoft. It wasn't even there.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. Well, Chinaman say what happened. I don't know if the hangout crashed. I guess he left. I'm still there. He had a B saw.
What?
He had a blue screen. Yeah. He had a B saw. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, he was in Windows 10.
No, he was virtual, and his server crashed. That's why.
I'm just gonna quick travel out of here.
Good idea. Well, folks, we had a B saw. Sorry.
All right, that was fun.
B-sod.
Yes, blue screen of death. We're back. Let me reshare my screen here.
We were disappointed when we saw that you were gone. We went into this in-depth conversation for a while.
We were like, what?
Like, in-depth speech about Microsoft's.
It wasn't Windows 10. It was my Windows 8 machine that's actually sharing all this. I have an issue with my Crossfire and Flash hardware or hardware acceleration at the moment. And I pulled up the HoloLens site to look at the hardware specs, and boom.
One.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get through setup here.
Oh, you're fine.
The setup did go a lot faster than previous builds.
Well, that's probably because Microsoft coded a lot of that into the setup, I guess.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming... Okay, where did you, like, disappear at?
Yeah. We don't know, but
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Donovan and I are gonna try out that build whenever this is done.
Yeah, my final point in that like conversation was I honestly can't even remember.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, this
so,
pin. Was this pin feature in the last one? I don't remember. I went so quickly through the other builds.
Pin feature.
Wait, what? What pin feature? Oh, no, that's a new one.
How can a short pin be safer than a long password? That's a good question.
Okay, the password I'm using on my gaming computers is 19 digits.
Oh, I see what their point is. Your pin is separate per machine, so even if you had like 10 different Windows machines, you could have different pins.
Different code, yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun to memorize 10 different pins? Look at this. Look at this. What matters is your pin doesn't work for any other device but this one.
You can skip it. That's cool.
Is there a way to? Please tell me there's a way to not set that up.
Oh yeah, you can skip it. I did sign in with a Windows Live account this time just because I've noticed Cortana works better and other things.
Well, Microsoft put a limit on how long my passwords could be.
Oh, there's a nice little Cortana wizard too. No, we're not gonna mess with that.
I mean, I made a ghost server a while back. It ended up crashing, but it was the password on that was completely unhackable.
Completely.
Want to know how?
How?
It was 104 digits and in 4 languages using special characters from each of those languages.
Wow.
Tad bit overkill.
Nah. You don't know. You don't even want to know what I had in that server.
It's bad. Believe me, it is. Anyway, so yeah, it's just setting up the apps and that sort of thing.
I'll give you a hint. Futurama practically made a reference to it.
Yeah.
Bender's memory wipe in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it now, don't you?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 terabytes of.
That's why. Anyway, so yeah, this setup looks kind of like Windows 8, just with a few new features. But, oh well, it's fine.
Like on my iPad, I had a 32-digit password. That was overkill and annoying.
Yeah.
So I just put that back to a PIN.
Yeah.
Yeah. That got annoying every 5 minutes when it automatically locked during Netflix. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I wrote a program just to click the continue button on Netflix when it pops up.
That's cool. So yeah, I'm downloading the Windows 10 147 ISO right now, and it's
nice.
Forever. It's still.
I did find a nice Wi-Fi mouse app for Android, so I use that now. So from the couch, I can just move my mouse around. Although I'm a little concerned, it doesn't have any kind of password on it. It just finds local servers and lets you connect and go for it.
Donovan just uses Splashtop to connect his computer.
Yeah,
desktop. Yeah. Just remote it. Yeah.
They have a touchpad.
Well, remote desktop kind of sucks if you use I only use RDP. I have a couple VNC implementations, but when you just want to move the mouse, that's all you want to do. You don't want to see the screen. You don't need to share the screen. there's not too many good options out there. I finally found a good one for Android. And oh, this is one of the new wallpapers.
Let me see.
Well, Splash
So exciting.
cross-platform. I have it on my Linux machine. I basically have it cross-platform between.
And it looks like the
three different iOSs: Ubuntu, Debian, and Android.
wow.
And I basically just pick up my phone and control all of them.
It looks like they finally got rid of Internet Explorer in this build.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's got an Edge icon now. Let's see, what does that remind you of?
It's called Edge browser, right?
It's still Internet Explorer.
What is it?
This one.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like.
Man, why didn't they stick up the Spartan name? I liked that.
So did I. I was like, you know what? A lot of browsers now. We got Opera, we got Firefox, we got Chrome. These names don't have to necessarily.
Have you heard of Maelstrom yet?
I mean, I really like the idea of Spartan, and then you had Cortana. Just saying.
Well, that probably
The
doesn't look half
references,
bad.
The references, though.
Let's see if we can get the display to go full screen. Usually it finds it by now and kind of snaps it. But
Something that starts with E. Don't just reuse the Internet Explorer
Icon.
logo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, that's just lazy.
that is.
They decided to rename it. I respect that, but you don't just rename something and then use the old logo with a new graphics update.
Heavens
there we
no.
go.
That's just lazy.
That is lazy.
Even by my standards.
I agree.
I'm interested to see if HTTP 2 is supported or not.
Then I have a rope tied to where I can just open the thing and then a hook where I pull out a can.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I'm not typing this right. Let me look here.
Wow. Sorry if we're talking too much. This is strange.
Oh, I forgot the 2. I want to see if Edge actually supports HTTP 2 or not.
I
Yep,
think
it says it. Yeah,
isn't it standard on there?
it is now. Previous versions had it disabled, and you had to go, turn it on and.
Turn it on, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how well Windows 10 runs on my Dell laptop.
Yeah, now even Wikipedia has made HTTP 2 standard, and you have to go into the settings to change it for support for older.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have Google yet? No. You can hit Add New though. Choose one. Oh, it's empty.
What about people are going to completely ignore the new browser and just go back to Chrome again?
That's probably the case.
Well, I don't know because I still have 90% of my business is virus removal here at my shop. That's usually what people bring their computer in for, and you wouldn't believe how many people still use IE. It's insane. And that's
great.
why they're getting viruses too. So
Because they're using Explorer.
I mean, not to say that Chrome and Firefox can't get them, because I've seen a ton lately that just install extensions on Firefox and Chrome to get their dirty work done. So I have to say this build is a lot more polished.
Yeah, I said it like I said before, that what I was reading before was it was mostly cosmetic and bug fixes. It's because it's like I reserved a copy. I don't even know why you have to do that, considering the fact that it's all digital. But
Yeah.
I'm like, automatic download, why not? But it's saying it's July 29th, so.
Yeah. And actually, that's a few weeks after my birthday, so why not?
So that would make sense about them doing finishing touches now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more polished. Search the web and Windows. I wonder how well the integrated search works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know they've had, I think,
Oh yeah.
when you search on Bing now, I think it will actually search your local computer too, which is a little creepy.
What? Joe.
Yes.
Did you hear we're getting RTM for free?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's definitely worth the download. Then.
Yeah. And plus, the RTM is just the final version, just released to devs and OEMs. So.
Yeah.
And insiders, which is good.
Okay, it doesn't actually show the local search in here. I thought an earlier.
The RTM the same build as the final version.
Yeah, RTM is the final version.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the search here still won't let me type in it.
That sucks.
It's the manufacturer. It's the
release to manufacturers. Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, release to manufacturer. It's the one that they're going to be putting on the new computers.
Right.
So basically, we are getting the new system. We are getting the
final build.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to happen very soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see how hard it is to get to the old version of the control panel. I think they've kind of nerfed it for the most part.
Probably renamed it. Like, you remember when in Windows 8 they renamed system information to nsconfig?
Yeah.
And a bunch of people couldn't figure out where it was.
Really?
Oh, Cortana finally came up. It's having a little brain fart, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Cortana is just, she's just stressed right now.
Oh, she's very stressed. She's not even,
Move.
I think Cortana is just brain dead right now.
Everything I clicked on earlier is now popping up all at once.
It's probably because you haven't done the updates yet or something. I don't know.
I don't think there's too many updates for this build.
Well, it just came out yesterday. That's probably why.
Oh, we have a new note feature?
Something they probably invented from macOS 10.
Is it notebook?
Tablet mode. All settings.
You know, I noticed something, though. A lot of these companies seem to be taking ideas off each other and just making them into their own.
That moment when Apple uses Samsung processors for 10 years.
And then just takes
and
them
then
away.
sues Samsung for the rights to the processor.
Really?
Yeah, I think
like,
Windows Defender update was the only update.
That's sad.
I'm just like, really, America?
Yeah.
You allow this?
Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how well this runs on real hardware.
Legendary.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, game. I forgot it.
Within this build, there may be additional features that aren't generally available. Let Microsoft enable some. Well, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. 43% downloaded. Woohoo. Only 34 minutes to go.
Just because you were loading, it says 4 hours later.
Wow.
It's not running as graceful as it was before, but that could have something to do with it being in the virtual machine. So,
yeah, Windows tends to, well, most any operating system, whether it be Mac, Windows, or Linux,
why didn't I put it in a virtual machine before? I just feel horrible now.
well, I gave it 10 gigs of RAM, and
I need a $40 recovery disk now because I didn't think to put it in a virtual machine.
oh, it's doing updates. That's what the problem is. There's like 50% of the processor, like 99% being used.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. That's why.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's nuts. Wow. Yeah, your computer's probably taking a beating due to that.
I mean, this server only has 2 gigahertz cores too, but I mean, it's got 16 of them.
That's not bad.
16 cores? Woo! Damn.
16 cores. Holy crap.
Why would you even need 16 cores?
It's a server.
It's a server.
Okay.
2 AMD Opterons.
Wow, man.
And I think it's only giving 1 to the virtual machine right now, which, yeah,
that could be
is not correct. Let me go ahead and shut down and try to fix that. Maybe that's why it's being so
laggy. Yeah, that's probably why it's lagging up like that. And there's Sahara. Okay. Yep.
Oh, Joe, my Ghost server had only, well, it had 12 cores, but it was, I was able to access it anywhere in the city. And I literally had 30 fucking machines on it at once.
Wow.
And then continually added stuff to it.
Yeah, this server runs a lot of stuff. It's got like 8 different VMs on it right now, and it runs Team Foundation server for Visual Studio. So it's the VPN server. It does a lot of different little tasks here.
Wow, that's cool, man.
This had 30 machines on it. Like actual, they're not even virtual machines, they're full machines.
Wow.
There we go. 1 virtual processor. Yeah, let's give it like, oh, I don't know.
Let's try 8 to see how well it runs. I don't know how well Windows 10 will take advantage of that.
It will.
See. Okay. Yeah, my laptop sitting right next to me has 6 gigs of RAM, and it's an i5 2410N, 2.3 gigahertz. So it should run Windows 10 fairly well.
You know what? I take back what I said earlier. I did throw Windows 10 on a real machine because I wanted to see how smoothly it ran versus the virtual machine method. Because obviously the server doesn't even have a video card in it, so it can't do any of the, graphics acceleration. And it ran pretty well. And I put it on a machine with like a Radeon HD. I think I had like a 4850. It wasn't anything spectacular, but actually, I think it's sitting in the corner still. I think it's my Minecraft server at the moment.
Next time we do the credit thing,
Okay. I'll have to let my mom know about that. We were just having an off-topic conversation for a second.
Oh yeah, I can already feel the difference. I'm giving it. It's way more responsive.
Yeah.
Oh, you only had that on 1 core. It was still running okay with the update with 1 core, so.
Oh yeah, I can actually click the start menu now.
Okay, and how many cores do you have on it now?
8.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's gonna run smooth. I was gonna say if it's
10 gigs of RAM and 8 cores.
Single core, imagine just like a standard full 4 core, 4 gig computers.
Let's see what else is new in Edge here. See if they polished off it. I mean, everything runs a lot smoother than the previous builds.
What does Edge actually look like? Here.
What's this icon?
It looks
Share.
similar.
It does look kind of similar.
Oh wait. I was looking at your browser thinking it was just
No, it's screencasting.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I was
Share a
kind of
screenshot.
expecting them to do another copy of Chrome like everyone else has been doing lately.
But no.
I'm guessing this share feature only works once you have other apps installed that have sharing capability. That's kind of cool that screenshots just right there, though. Although it still doesn't do anything until you have an app to share it to.
Yeah.
Let's see what this Get Office application looks like. Where's it at?
That's
Well,
all
this
drivers.
is well, I'm just getting them just in case. Yeah.
That's the actual resource CD. It's because it was a CD, not a DVD when it was made. Ugh.
Oh, I like this getting started thing. It's much better than the previous versions of Windows.
Right? And wait, can you actually delete it this time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I still have that on Windows 8 because it won't let me delete it. It says,
What?
it says you don't. I'm the only user on my computer. You have to be actual. You have to like. It says you don't have permission to delete this.
Delete what?
It's one of those things. The getting started thing.
Oh,
In 8.1, yeah.
I hate that.
Well, it's just a Metro app, so I'm guessing you probably can't delete it.
Yeah, I know. It's just it kind of disappoints me that they do that.
But at least it's actually useful. Like all this stuff in here,
About
it's
5
very well laid out. Right on the web. It actually explains, the multiple desktops to users, and how you can group different applications to different virtual desktops. That's kind of cool because most people won't get that feature; they won't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that.
Meet the Xbox app.
I want to see this part.
Xbox. Here it is.
Okay.
Wow. Makes me regret playing the 360 and not the one.
Shows your friends, shows your achievements, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Xbox settings.
What do you guys think of the new icons and crap? I mean, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm a minimalistic person, but
Yeah, it's kind of overloaded, to be honest.
What icon? Oh, those? Oh.
They do look.
they look better.
They look nice, but
They look better than the previous builds, so I will give
kind
them
of
that.
remind me of some of the icons in Linux, the Numix icons, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't bother me very much.
I mean, at least it's not like glitchy. They look nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
they don't look.
I like minimalist stuff too, but at least they could have done worse.
Yeah, they could have done a hell of a lot.
Everybody always asks, what's the weight of the operating system? So I only gave it 80 gigs. It looks like it's using about 10.3. So
that's not bad. Except, yeah. Well, it doesn't appear to have too much latency or anything, which is good. But
ooh, let's get really technical. Let's check out the new wallpapers. Oh, they have 4K ones included too now, so that's cool.
This is gonna be so beautiful.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, it's just one.
Yeah, but okay, we're viewing this through streaming on a Retina display.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's on his MacBook, so that probably wouldn't be like the best thing to like stream. It probably crashes MacBook.
No, and even though this should be like HD through Google Hangouts, it never seems to come out too well. But the only reason I continue to use Google Hangouts is for some reason I get more viewers. So
well, it's because you click a link versus like, oh, you send a friend request, they have to accept your friend request, you have to join this call, wait 10 minutes for.
Well, I think YouTube prioritizes live Hangouts. Like when you search for something, if it had a live Hangout, it'll show up first.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Hey, the photo app actually has sharing, slideshow, edit. What can we do in editing mode? Oh, wow. Filters, light, color, effects.
They actually have a full-blown photo app in there, so you don't need like Photoshop or anything, which is good.
Well, I mean, it's not Photoshop replacement, but it looks like it's got a lot of cool things.
I would still use Photoshop nonetheless. But that's just me. Or some other photo editing suite. But
I'm a little bummed I don't see any way to immediately get to the control panel. Like, still, let me see if I can just launch it manually. Okay, I can get to it that way.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Oh, and Joe, this Windows 7 I installed, it didn't even come with Service Pack 1 in it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so I had to do those updates, and I was up to like 3 a.m. last night. And all my apps and everything.
You installed an RTM copy, right?
No, it was a retail version.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just waiting for all the updates.
You should slipstream all the updates into your CD and make a new CD. That way, next time you won't have to do that.
next time I'm just going to grab the ISO and put it
What is
in.
this traffic control app? Let's look at this.
Yeah, what I did was I made an ISO and turned it to a USB.
Right. Oh, I see what it did. If you use the search now and you search for something,
that's cool.
well, it came up because the word control. So if I search for Netflix here, even in the start menu, it actually goes out to the store and looks for apps out on the internet that correspond with it. Well, it is and it isn't, right? Like, I won't use these personally because I don't like the Metro apps very well. But for people that are new to, like, you know, Windows 8, Windows 10, and they migrate and they start searching for stuff, it is neat that the store will actually give suggestions.
But, you know, IT professionals like us really don't care for that. You know?
Right.
Because I've been doing tech work for a little while now on the side on my own, and I'm trying to get in the field and that sort of thing. And
I like this simple interface, though. I mean, look, I search for Xbox.
It does help. And I have an Xbox 360 upstairs in my room, so that would really be cool to have that. And it even has keynote things in there too, which is cool. Like the Xbox keynotes and that sort of stuff. And it actually has a Cortana toggle on there too. I'm Cortana.
Yeah, we won't be able to use it because I don't have audio piping into it, but
yeah, you don't have audio sharing, yeah. Just whatever. Master. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, Master. Here's how we can talk. No, not now.
No, that's not a good idea. Because you don't have a microphone plugged in.
No, I could do it, but
it would probably just echo back like that. Or something like that. Yeah, I'm just downloading a bunch of drivers for my Dell right now. It's taking a while. Load. See, we have AT&T in my house.
Oh, Cortana works a lot smoother now.
Really?
As you type, the results come up immediately. It was kind of glitchy the last build that I tried.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried even the latest Insider preview, not the week preview. But that's just me. 30th September 2014.
Is it just me, or you remember how, like, I don't know, I haven't used Bing actively for like years.
Well, now it seems to be improving.
Well, look at it. Doesn't that look like a Google result? I mean, for the most part.
I'd say it looks at dozens like Google.
Yeah.
That's like, what?
Let's ask Google the same question here, and let's
find out. Yeah. Wow.
Now, apparently,
that looks exactly like Bing almost.
Right. They don't have the little excerpt over here on the side, only because, you know, why would Google provide you with this extra nice information over here about Microsoft's OS? They don't care. Although I do know that they do add little things like that. Like, I asked a question to Google the other day, and it had a nice little,
really. I don't know. Well, it kind of is what it is. Well, you know, if that's the case, then, well, they do have similar results, so that's a good thing. But that's not enough to make me switch over, though.
No, it's the result. Like, I use it a lot for technical searching, and Bing is horrible at that. I mean, I don't know. You would think, and usually it's Windows problems that I'm looking for answers for, and Google is still the go-to.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Make a web note.
Web notes.
Yeah, highlighter. Let's highlight something here.
I feel like you have a text editor in the browser.
There we go. You can.
It's like making notes inside of a browser, which is awesome.
Don't know how well that'll work on like dynamic pages though. Like, when I save these, where do they go? They go to my cloud? They go to OneNote.
That's interesting.
Does it include OneNote now? Let's see here. We hit send. Your note was sent. View note. Hey.
It's almost like it includes a full copy of Office.
Well, I think it's OneNote, and I think it's the OneNote viewer or previewer. Let's look. OneNote. No, it didn't come up.
One word.
Oh, here we go. Modern app. Oh, it's a Metro UI little app. But where is that Office? They said they included an Office preview app. Or not preview. Oh, Get Office. Here it is.
Yeah.
I haven't actually installed the preview version of Office yet. I probably should at some point.
Yeah.
Create with Sway. Stay organized with OneNote. What the hell is Sway? See, I'm completely out of the loop with Office. Office Online. Let's look at this Sway thing.
Office Sway. Huh.
We're not going to be able to probably see the video through the screen share, but that's not too bad. I just want to know what, I mean, it's okay. It's an app for expressing your ideas across your devices. So maybe it's something that syncs to the cloud. Yeah, he's using on his phone.
Yeah, is that an iPhone or a Windows phone?
Oh, it's got to be a Windows phone, right? No. I don't. It looked like an iPhone. But Microsoft now released, what was it, Office for mobile iOS devices for free, I believe. So they're starting to support Apple's stuff more. So
yeah, that's good.
It looks to me like a way to make your presentations into a Metro app, basically. If you look at the way the way that it functions.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
and I bet you they're purposely showing that Apple stuff. They want you to know that it's going to work across Apple or Microsoft products.
Platforms. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have a phone, so that helps to have certain things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And let's see.
What else can we share this to? Oh, can't share right now. Try again later. Huh. Well, that's not cool. It just worked earlier.
Failed. Oh well. I can always get them afterwards. I'm using the Project Maelstrom browser as my browser currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's working pretty well. The beta. Let's see if NLite got installed.
How many different builds have they had of that so far?
I think it was just recently released, so this might be the first one. I don't know. My friend Donovan told me about it, and I haven't really. I'm just testing it now, and it's what I'm using to watch your video here, and it's working pretty well. Release notes. Yeah.
Well, I was a little worried when somebody told me 2 months ago that, hey, they're going to release in like July. I was completely worried because of the state of it. It just didn't feel very polished. But I can tell you by this build, just mucking around with it for a few minutes here, it's way more polished and getting towards consumer ready than I thought it would be by now.
Well, I'm glad that that's the case, because I'm about to test it on one of my machines. I'm excited to see how well it runs.
I might actually throw it on a real machine now. I don't know that I'll update my Windows 8.1 main machine just yet, but yeah, it's not that bad. And even though I really like Classic Shell on Windows 8.1, if I do upgrade to 10, I might keep the default start menu. I mean, I'm not too annoyed by the little Metro stuff over here.
Neither would I be.
This life at a glance thing might be
useful.
Yeah, maybe. So far, I only see Metro apps in it. Besides, well, Edge, but Edge probably has 2 versions, right? Yeah, it has the Metro version here. Oh no, it's only like a Metro app, really.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Looking through the features here. Add, remove Windows
Oh,
features.
I'll see with my Windows installs, I usually put a lightning theme on them, you know?
Hmm.
But that's just what I prefer to do. Yeah.
We still have the print to PDF feature, which is awesome. Should have been in Windows ages ago.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse
Yeah, even the store is working a lot better than it used to on previous builds.
me. That's good.
Not
The
that I even
store,
use it, to be honest.
the store 8.1 for me just didn't feel that stable. But, you know,
Let's go ahead and run the HTML5 test again. I always run it on...
Mhm. Okay.
402. I don't remember what the previous...
Rating was.
yeah.
Okay. And I'm not meaning to interrupt your
Oh,
stuff.
you're fine.
Yeah.
We're just kind of shooting the shit here.
That's fine.
I'm not going to try to go into technical details. I'm going to start doing that. I'm actually going to start up another YouTube channel where it's
Yeah.
way more technical, but people just kind of like to look at the way this thing is going to operate and whatnot. They're not too interested in the technical stuff.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah,
This
I think they did a good job at kind of polishing it off. I don't know that I'll upgrade right away, but I wouldn't be annoyed if I had to use Windows 10 like tomorrow. I don't think it would, you know.
bother.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me as much as like the first builds. They were horrible. Of course, it's you're going to have that with any beta software.
Yeah. It's kind of like Mac, for example, when they release beta versions. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be glitches, but that's to be expected.
I really like this new notification center. It's actually the action center kind of upgraded. I like the fact that I can get to certain things down
Yeah,
here.
good. I mean, I see a lot of potential from Microsoft here. There's going to be, I think this is pretty solid, ready for prime time, I'd say.
They
But-
will have to. Mike was pointing out, Mike from WindowsForum.com. They will have to include a way to change your search provider because otherwise they're going to get sued again.
Which we don't want.
Yeah, and right now it's just you can come in here. Where was it at? Advanced settings, and you have this drop down, but there is no choose one. There's nothing.
There's
Maybe
something.
if I hit learn
Maybe
more.
that's just a bug.
What the? If you hit learn more, it takes you to opensearch.org, which
Well, that's new.
is not going to be useful for any kind of normal Windows user whatsoever. So I don't know what that is. That must be something they're just not done with.
Well, hopefully by RTM time they'll have this all fixed up.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't see that being really effective without some finishing touches. Something tells me, I don't know if this is for sure or not, but I think they are. Oh, wait, maybe it's because you haven't activated it with a key that certain features aren't working.
Could be.
That could be the case.
I doubt it, though. I mean, usually it's just a timing issue, not feature lock.
I don't know.
I'm a little annoyed here. Okay, so let's add my computer, right, and my documents to the desktop. So normally you just right-click, personalize, and it would be in here somewhere. But I can't even do anything here. Oh, look at this. You were right. Look. You need to activate Windows before you can personalize your PC.
Well, that's strange.
Wow. So basically, you get a recycle bin until you you activate. I actually, let's see here. Let's go to the Insider program and grab a key. I'm going to quit sharing my screen for a second.
Yeah, because you don't want people exploiting that.
Although, you know, they should have just put a link right there that says click here to activate now.
But they don't.
No, let's see here.
Which is rather obtruse. Yeah.
Let's see if I can copy and paste my key into the VM here.
Yeah. Let's hope it works. Because, yeah. Well, I just hope that. Well, if the Insider key works, that'll be interesting. Because it's a newer build than the one on the Insider website. So.
It did not paste, so I have to type it here.
That sucks. What's the one thing about virtual machines that isn't very smart is that they don't have good copy and paste functionality.
Well, they can have, but you always have to install that companion software that allows the host to talk to the guest, you know?
Yeah. Like the drivers and all that. Yeah. It doesn't matter what VM software you use, whether it be VirtualDocs, VMware, or whatever. You have to enable it, and then you have to install the drivers, and this, that, and the other. It's golly.
So you're going to install it here shortly yourself?
Yeah, once it finishes downloading and copying to a flash drive.
Are you now? What are you going to install it on?
My Dell laptop, probably.
Gotcha. Is it a machine that you use a lot, or?
It's basically my test laptop because I do use it quite a bit. I mainly use it to play around with. So it's kind of. Yeah.
I think we've pretty much poked around enough, though. I'm going to go ahead and shut down this VM here.
And my friend Donovan's going to get a copy of Windows 10 off me, the same build, and he's going to try it on a separate laptop drive that he brought with him.
Nice.
He's going to stick it inside the computer we built together on his birthday last Sunday, and we're going to try it out on that.
I think I'm finally going to bite the bullet and install it on a nice machine with a good video card and an SSD.
Oh, there goes your phone.
Yeah, and it's a telemarketer, I can tell.
Yeah, just ignore it.
All right, with that, I think we're going to cut out.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you know when Windows 10 works on mine, and I'll see you next time.
All right, have a good one.
You too.